Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Perfect Christian. I am a servant of God. I'm a woman of God. I am not religious. I do not go by titles. And I am saved by grace. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the 10 Commandments. And I'm going to break them down the best way I can. So I feel like a lot of people, again, don't break this stuff down. They just read your stuff and just assume that you're supposed to just know what it means. Some of these words are big words, and some of these words you don't know what they really mean. So I just look up the definitions, and I'm gonna break it down to you, Well, the first commandment: you should have no other gods before me. Sorry, oh my God, there's people like, oh my God, that's nasty. It's freaking flu season, okay, people? Sorry, just had like a moment. You should have no other gods before me. That is money, pastors, careers, People see Jesus as a God. Of course. And God's a jealous God. You got to go through Jesus to get to God. So he's a really jealous God. And people see Jesus as God because of the fact that he died for our sins. And that's beautiful. I feel like Jesus is a good example of a guy, a man, that is now not a man anymore, but a man who did what he needed to do and left. Okay. I have mad respect for that one, okay? My peoples, okay? I'm just saying. But I would never put him before God, because God made him. He made us all. Oh my God, it's freaking awesome. It's beautiful. And Jesus don't even want us to put Jesus doesn't even want us to do that. He doesn't want us to put him before God. He says this plenty of times in his scriptures, and I think I broke that down in one of my videos. Said it plenty of times. I know it's a touchy subject, and people are like, oh my God, you're disrespecting God, Jesus or something. Or you don't have respect for Jesus at all. Like, what? No, he died for my sins. He gave us all another chance to do right by him. And what most of us do is sit here and play games and use it as an excuse to keep sinning. And that's not right. So don't be using it as a reason to keep sinning. God don't play that mess. Stop playing. Okay? You should make yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, you should not make yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven above, on earth, beneath, or in the waters. So that can be a cross. That little white Jesus that they be having with the pictures. That statue, Buddha. Pretty much anything that people praise, or a cross. A lot of people have those crosses. That symbolism, that's something God frowns upon. So I suggest a lot of people I understand you're trying to show respect towards Jesus. That's cool. You don't mean no harm, but God doesn't want that. Any type of image that, is in a form of anything in heaven. Anything in heaven, if that's a cross, Jesus, anything in the form of heaven, you shouldn't have. Because you shouldn't, a lot of people praise these things, Like Buddha, oh God, that's a no-no. You should not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord, your God, is a jealous God. Punishing children for the sins of parents to the third, fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing love to thousands of generations, those who love me and keep my commandments. God don't play. He will punish your children due to the fact that, and a lot of people don't even know, a lot of nations were taken out, were bye-bye. God got rid of those nations. He wasn't playing games, because what they were doing, they put idols before God, and God is a jealous God. And I think that's the main thing. Some people, God just be like, whoa, you tripping. He warns people about this. You're supposed to follow his commandments, and you sitting over there bowing down to Buddha and all this other stuff. That's disrespect to God. And he's a jealous God. He don't play. And you keep doing it. And the thing is, God, he'll bring people, prophets and people, to come warn you and tell you not to do it. And if you continue after he tells you, really, you're just showing mad disrespect, Mad disrespect. That's not cool. God don't like that. He's jealous. He don't play that mess. He took out nations over that. That's some commandment that God for sure, and then took out nations due to sins and sex and Any sin you can think of. He took out nations. God don't play. Okay? You should not misuse the name of the Lord, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name, calling God Jesus, or saying, I'm not going to say it, the God, and then you say a cuss word after of it. That's a misuse of the word. Don't do that. Just chill out. Chill out. It's okay. You'll be good. Remembering the day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall, let me see. Also, this is Sunday. So I'm just counting the days so I can let y'all know what the Sabbath day is. Okay. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do your work, but the 7th day is a Sabbath day to the Lord your God. On it you shall do any work. You shall not do any work, neither you nor your son or daughter, nor your male or female servant, nor your animals, nor your foreign residings in your towns. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and earth, and sea, and all that is in them. But he rested on the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, made it holy. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the 6 days. So yeah, Sunday, I guess it is the Sabbath day. So that's why a lot of people go to church on Sunday, because that's the Sabbath day. You're supposed to be resting, you're supposed to be chilling, and you must follow the commandments, and it does say it on here. The Sabbath day is made holy, so you cannot work on that day. Sunday is a no-no. I understand your jobs, and your jobs want you to work, and they're because these jobs are driven by money and a hot, just wickedness in general. So of course they want you to work on Sunday. Do not work on Sunday. Just be like, I can't work Sunday. That's the only day. No Sunday. Most jobs understand. They get it. It's religious reasons. They'll back off. They'll chill. Some jobs just don't care. And if that's the type of job that doesn't care about you not working on Sunday, maybe you should think about getting another job, honestly. Get a job that actually will care enough to not let you work on Sunday. Because that's the Sabbath day. Because I understand you work these jobs and they be like, or maybe you don't work on Sunday, then they'll call you on Sunday like, hey, we need some work, we need some help on Sunday or something like that. They don't have no respect. So now, like, when I go working or when I look for a job, I tell them straight up, I can't work on the weekends or I can't work on Sunday. At all. No, like, oh, come in, I'm not going to answer the phone at all. So I'm going to read the next one. Honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Honor, having high respect, regard, great respect. So honoring your mother and father is showing respect to them. That's pretty much it. Show respect. Don't disrespect your mama and daddy, call them out their name and all that. Just show respect. That's it. Love them, show respect. That's all. A lot of kids tend to not show respect to their parents at all, and that will shorten your life. A lot of people say that. I definitely should look into that, actually. Dang, I might make another video about that and look into that to see if that's even true, because a lot of people keep saying, oh, it'll shorten your life. No. I'm going to go look into that for real and make just a short midget video about that. You should not murder. Kill while angry. That's common sense. You should not murder. Why would you just take a life? In the midst of your anger. You allow the devil to use you, and then now you want to plead or whatever. But a lot of, again, we can't sit here and say that a lot of people that do have murdered and went to jail and everything have learned from their crime, and they have become a better person and gave their life to Christ. People can change, so that's all I have to say about that. People can change. I do believe that. You shall not commit adultery. Okay, so we're going to read what adultery means, because I got definitions, because people just say things. And adultery means a sexual activity between a married man and a woman/person other than the wife. Or a married woman has sexual activity with a person, not her husband. Also, to leave spouse for another reason other than your partner committing adultery may be legal, in this world, of course, because everything's legal in America, legal anywhere, because they don't care about the commandments. It's adultery in God's eyes. So if you divorce someone and they have not committed adultery to you, they have not committed adultery at all, that's adultery. That's adultery in God's eyes, unfortunately. If they haven't cheated on you and messed with someone else, had sexual activity with anyone else, you're committing adultery by leaving that person. A lot of people don't speak about that. A lot of people tend to just not say. A lot of churches don't say things about this. They don't say that, hey, if you divorce someone and they have not committed adultery to you, you're committing adultery by marrying someone after you divorce that other person due to differences or whatever you call it. That's why you have to be careful and make sure you ask God before you marry anyone. Put yourself in that predicament, because once you get in, it's very hard to get out. But of course, if someone's getting beat physically, I'm sure the loving God that we have, He'll forgive you for marrying that person, because He doesn't want you to put yourself in harm's way. Of course, God cares for you. So I think that's pretty much it. God forgives. Okay, Matthew chapter 19, verse 9. I say to you, whoever divorces his wife except for sexual immorality, marries another, commits adultery. Whoever marries her is divorced, commits adultery. So if you commit, like I said, if you marry someone, they divorce someone, but the person they divorced did not commit adultery, you're committing adultery by marrying that person if you also have divorced someone and that person hasn't committed adultery to you either, if that makes sense. So you both have committed adultery by marrying each other, knowing that you both have divorced someone and that person hasn't had sex or done anything like that in the marriage, and you just divorce him because of differences or whatever, and you go marry somebody else, you have committed adultery. And a lot of people don't speak about that. All they speak about is the guy cheating. Oh, he's committing adultery because he's cheating, but they never talk about the part when people marry and remarry someone and they have not committed adultery at all. They're committing adultery. Throw that out there, people, because I assume a lot of people have not told y'all about that. You shall not steal. Steal. Take another person's property without permission or legal right, without intending to return it. So stealing is wrong. That's common sense, honestly. You should not give false testimony against your neighbor. What I looked up on is speaking falsely in a matter which is lying, designing to deceive our neighbor, speaking unjustly against our neighbor, to basically ruin their reputation. That is a no-no. A lot of people have done that. You know how girls lie on guys saying they got raped? That's a false testimony. That's not right. You lying on your neighbor. Oh, he did that when he didn't do that. That's not right. That's ungodly. And you're not following the commandments. You should not convey your neighbor's house. You should not convey your neighbor's wife or his female servant, his ox, donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Convey. Yearn to possess or have something. So if you yearn, or you're like, I want his wife, or I want his donkey, like you're yearning for that, or you're jealous in a way. That's not following the commandments. And a lot of people, in general, this is the hardest commandment to obey, because a lot of us yearn for things that other people have. And that's due to social media, or just the way people carry themselves. So, I wish I had their marriage, or that's why YouTube and social media is not good sometimes, because people tend to yearn or want to be that person or want to have that type of relationship or something they have. They yearn for it. And that's not good. You're not following the commandments by doing that. The hardest commandment. This is the hardest commandment to obey, because it's impossible to see this broken in others because it's hidden in their hearts. It's hard to see that It's hard to see that in general because it's in their heart. It's hidden. They yearn for something. They want something that someone else has. Or we see a nice house. I want that house they have. A lot of people in general, we tend to do that due to the fact that we yearn for things and we get jealous of things that we can't have. We're living in this wicked world, living in this materialistic, everybody got it together type of world. They betray but we have to realize their grass is not green on the other side, because what if their grass is fake on the other side? You worrying about what they doing over there, you yearning and you're conveying, you want what they have. Like what I put on there is selfish desires having nothing to do with God, wanting something that has nothing to do with God. Yearning about wanting something. Conveying. I keep saying yearning, which I don't. Yeah. Conveying. Wanting something somebody else has. In this world we live in, that's the hardest commandment that most people try not to break, but do sometimes, due to the fact that you want something somebody else has, naturally. Or you might be on YouTube or something, or you see this nice family on YouTube. Well, I want that family. I want some kids. And that's why YouTube and Facebook and all that social media is not good for some people, because they get jealous. And they get clouded by that when they need to focus on themselves, because everybody's life is different. Everybody's path is different. So thinking that your life is going to be just like theirs, that's a lie. Everybody's life is going to be different. We are different human beings. We're made different. But the only thing that we have in common is that we follow the Lord. The people that are of God, they follow the Lord. That's all we're going to have in common. We follow God. We follow the commandments. But we all have our own battles and things that we go through personally in each, relationship with, So yearning, or I wouldn't even conveying and wanting that is not something you should want. You should want a relationship with the Lord. That's what you should want. It's not that easy, is it? It's not. It never will be, living in this world. So I've explained all the commandments, broke it down to you. And I'm going to also look up the honoring your mother and father, and if your days be short, and I'm going to look up that and make a video of that, a little short video, because a lot of people speak about that. And I speak about things on my YouTube channel that most people don't speak about, because I just want to make sure, inform people on that so they can be more aware, if that makes sense. And don't be deceived, because people like to lie in church. People do. They say things, try to scare you, and then you be like, it makes no sense. Let me go look this up. Let me go find this out myself. And usually the answers are usually on the internet anyway, but you got to be careful with the internet, because sometimes people on there are lying and deceiving also. So just read your word, and if you'll see nothing in the word that says about not honoring your mother and father, or if you don't, your life will be short. And if you never see anything on there, that was just a tradition slash religion way of thinking, like always. And it's never right. It has nothing. Most of the stuff that most of these people talk about in church, when it comes down to commandments and things like that, have nothing to do with the Bible. Like, come on, people. So I broke that down for you, and thank you for watching my channel. And I'll keep on doing my work and teaching and informing people on things that most people don't inform you on.